Hi everyone. So it's been a while since I did my last video, but today's update is totally worth it. So we'll be talking about textiles. It's one of our biggest update we've ever made to Bravemark, and we've basically had to rework from the ground up how theming and text works across the whole platform. So, as you all know, when we started Bravemark, we wanted to keep things super simple. Um, that's always been a key factor for us. But simplicity has its drawbacks, and basically, you got to give up control. And we have a lot of you that have asked for more control over typography. That makes total sense because typography is such an important part of branding and design that allowing everyone to have more control of what they can do with text and typography has been an issue we've had to solve. So with the new text styles updates, things like character spacing, line height, colors on text, and have paragraph margins, and having different styles within a single text module is not possible. So that's all fixed now. And this textiles update gives you all of it to get your projects to have much more control. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to demo you how textiles work. I think for anyone that's using Bravemark actively, they should watch this video, and they should take a little bit of time to learn how things are working now, because things have changed quite a bit. It's still super simple, but you need to know a few new things. So I will show you how to apply all these great fixes. Anyways, so let's get into it. Okay, before we start, I have created this template where you can basically see how I've used textiles. So you can install that and work off this template if you wanna see it. So I'm just gonna work on top of this for the demo. All right, so let's get into it. Here we have a text module. Here's another text module. So basically what you see now, which is new, is you get this little toolbar here that comes up. With this toolbar, there's two things you can do. It's like, one, you can either add a block or you can move a block. So this works a little bit like Notion. You can have different text blocks and move them around as you want, or you can add a new one. So let's say we want a heading 4 there. We can write it. So these textiles, I'll show you how to configure the style for them in a little bit. But just before we get there, the other great thing here is when you select text, you will get this action menu here with all the settings. Well, not all the settings, but most of the overrides that you can do on a text module. So things like alignment, and this works now per text block. All right. And then the main thing here is obviously that you can change the text style. Here we can choose, for example, heading 1 or heading 3 there. And then we can actually go and move this around however we want. So if we want to move that to the top, let's see, do that. Grab that here, and we can move that easily to the top. All right. What else? So other things like, for example, having underline, capital case, alt cap. A lot of people wanted that. It's a simple thing, but it wasn't possible before. Well, now it is. You can customize color as well, just like that. That wasn't possible before either. And you can also, yeah, add highlights. That wasn't possible either. Anyways, I'm gonna remove this stuff. Oh yeah, so that these extra overrides get overridden. So you can always press on set there to remove this, and then you're back to normal. And let's see. All right. Let's write a proper text in here. All right, bear with me. Okay, so now the most interesting part of this, right? So, okay, we have our text, we can move our blocks. That's great. How do we change the text files? Okay, so we have this new section here in the sidebar, which is called theme. And here you control all your theme styles. That includes the grid style, the background color, bento, a background color, and all these things, right? But here you will also see that we have all the text styles that we create. So for example, let's say this is heading 2. We go here. We will be able to change heading 2. So we can change the font here to whatever we want, right? And also the weight. And we can also give it a default color, which you can always override, like I showed you before. But yeah, you have you can have a default color for the text style as well. So this means that you don't need to customize every single text style, right? You can just select the text style on whatever text module, and that will apply automatically, which will save a lot of time. Same thing with these other options. So font size, line height, character spacing. You can do all these things here in the text style. Add your line height, which is was a big problem that we had before. And character spacing, which is a great feature for some as well. These are important brand configurations, right? Anyways, we have also here, you can add a bit of margin to your paragraph, to your text block. And we also added this responsive style. So what we saw many times is that sometimes big text didn't work well for mobile views. So now you can actually have an override on mobile, and you can choose how you want that to display. So if this, for this example, this might be better. So basically now for heading 2, desktop will have 72 pixels height, and then mobile viewport will have 53. And you can do the same with the line height, character spacing, and the margin. That's it. That's the base of it. Okay, so if we want to do another example here, now we can change this to, let's say, heading 3. You can go here, you can go to our heading 3, and we can play around with this as well, just like before. Set your styles. So I think once you get into it, it will make a lot of sense, and it will certainly save you a lot of time when you start using this. Another thing you can do, and it's very handy, is that you can click this button here and you can clone the style. So if you want to have another style which is similar to the one that you have, you can just click that. It will create a new heading. Here you can give it the name, whatever you want. So let's say bold, big text. And you can edit these. Of course, here it's not selected, so I will need to select it here so that it gets applied. Go back here to our text styles. And yeah, we have our big bold text in green. Make that a little bit better. If we want this other text module to use that one, we can choose that there. This one is using italic, so if you want to, that's an override it has, so we can go back there. And so on. Here an example. So as you can see, the green from the default color is being applied. But if we want to override this with any color, we can also do that. All right, and so on. So you can already see that you can do a lot with this. All right, but there's a few other things, other places where I need to show you how textiles work. So this is like the main part where you can play around with it and have a lot of freedom. That's within the text module. But we also apply text styles now to intro and section title and typography modules, and they work a little bit different. So I'm going to explain how that works here. So if we select our intro module, you will now see that we keep the inputs that we had before from pre-title, title, text. And here you will see a little drop down where you will have all your styles available. So that works pretty much the same. You already have them there. So we can just go in and, pick our heading 1 or whatever and style our intro text that way. Let's choose the big body text there and so on, right? It's pretty straightforward. If we go to a section title, that works pretty much the same. We can override it, like I told you before, and not override it. You can select the text style, sorry, and then you can override colors, like you did previously, with a little swatch, color swatch that we have there on the text. So that works like that. We have the pre-title, title, pretty much the same functionality that the intro module has is the one that we have for textile, for a section title. So everything else stays pretty much the same. That's the only part that's changed. And then the other part where you need to know how textile works is basically a typography module. All right, so this one works a little bit different, but it's also pretty easy. So as you all know, we have three parts to the typography module. We have the drop cap text that you can apply. That's this one. So of course that's super big. And here, how it works is that you have your controls right in the sidebar in the module. So we can play with this here. Let's go this maybe. You have your mobile that you can mobile version that you can change. So here it kept the other one. We want this to be a bit smaller, a bit bigger. Yeah, and maybe we want this in green. So it works pretty much the same as before, just that you have the extra custom features for type styles here. Let's see, what else? Let's go back to this one, to the desktop view. And for the font name, pretty much the same. We can edit that here, right? Give it character spacing, change the color, override the color. That's the same as before. And the same here with the actual content or text box that we have for the typography module. You can change all of this here. So again, this gives you so much more flexibility to style and design your layouts, as you want. So that's basically it. There's been some other updates here when we did the textiles update, but I might go through with them in another video. I think the main thing is for everyone to understand how these new textile work. And I hope it will allow you to create a lot better, more controlled designs, presentations. So I'd love to know what you think. Leave me your comments, And yeah, make sure you download this template as well. It's in our template page, and you can, start working from there. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and see you soon.